Hello, BB Gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. We're gonna cross-examine Alita once again. She's kind of like dropping the mask quite a bit. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him after all. I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor was always a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend. By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard about from the defendant? The botched operation? He was a timid small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's still one thing, which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore those sandals in the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have wore them home. So why were the sandals left behind? Oh, she's tight-lipped. I pointed out a contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals there, which you wore home by mistake. Actually, that's right. No, it was slippers. It was slippers, girl. Oh, it's nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Yeah, forehead? Now I'm yeah, forehead? What the? No fair. He's filling in the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Yeah, it's kind of hard, isn't it? Someone else just like filling in the holes that she forgot when she should be the one talking, you know, saying her own statement, I suppose. Okay, let's see. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him after all, I knew Walkie had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. Here's the issue. This is the statement that I checked out first, and we're gonna press it first, but I really think that, like, we know for a fact that she knew about this. That she knew that her name was on this. She knew about the bullet lodged in the heart and still being left in the heart. She knew about this. Let's press it first, and we can present the evidence maybe afterwards. No dark secrets, eh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something, I know it. I must have some evidence that proves it. Yes, there's the indication. You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in mind. I want to tell her to be careful. No, we have something on you, girl. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The mask may have dropped, but something else is dropping too, and that's this hot piece of information. You do have a dark secret, my gal. The chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes. Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Oh my god, that face she does is really funny. Like, she is like so like, she wants to keep up the act, but she can't. Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad air, Doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Walkie's failed operation. Interesting. You were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. There is definitely. You're both for novice, I'll give you that. You claimed you didn't have any dark secrets. You claimed there was no connection. There's a big connection here, girl. There's a big connection. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor was responsible for the chart's contents, but you still signed off on it. You signed your name. This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. Oh. Oh, the bracelet. Here we go. My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet's tighten just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday. Like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe. Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo, they must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Trucy. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Yala's testimony, but we don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do we do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. Then it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. So, okay, so we have to pick... Oh, wait. Okay, right there. That statement right there. We press triangle to perceive, but we have to look at something that she's doing? Why would I go to the clinic? What is she doing? Why would I go to the clinic for a half-a-year-old chart? Here again. Why would I go to the clinic for half-a-year-old chart? Her armpits are tingling. Why would I go to the clinic for a half-a-year-old chart? Why would I? Oh, there we go. There we go. Confirm? Gotcha. Gotcha. You're fiddling with your little finger there in your ring. You're unsure about something, aren't you? Not as unsure as you are. Name calling. She's like, I know you are. What am I? Wow, she sure showed you. Trusty, no. I'm going to focus on find her habit. Find that. Of course, to a teenager, that's going to be like the biggest own. No, you. No, you. And I'll find the weak spot in her testimony. Why would I go to the clinic? Why would I go to the clinic now for a half-a-year-old chart? Do I have to perceive again? Did I perceive the wrong way? Is that what we did? Do I have to do it on the exact moment? I think I have to do the exact moment where she fiddles with it, right? Gotcha. There? There we go. Okay, you have to do the exact moment she's fiddling with it. Why go to the clinic for a half-a-year-old chart, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Yala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your ring. What? She was unsure, I saw it. Now. That's the key word. The chart wasn't part of your past. It was clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Huh? Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make the chart a problem for you now. Oh, the family checkup, the family checkup. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Yala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. So it was the checkup, right? Yeah, the metallic object was found. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. The Kitakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Nothing. Why should I think anything? It's kind of sweet that they're all going to get like a family checkup to make sure they were healthy enough to go into a different line of business, you know? I think you were positively beside yourself because you were afraid. You knew that Waukie's chest x-ray would reveal. A full half a year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free when the chart came back to haunt you. Yeah, she's breaking down. This quickly though? There's obviously gonna be more to this, like, but obviously maybe like we're just perceiving a breakdown. It's not the full breakdown yet, I don't think. That's all, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. Keep calling me hair forehead, and I'll make you air dead. So the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Murakatis clinic, but her connection was deep indeed, a bit too deep. If the Kitakis got hold of this charter with her name, she'd be finished. Yeah, she would be. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? She would be gone. You guessed it. I like when you get them into a corner, it's the best, because it's like, what else can they do, you know? I did it. I broke her. Testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait.
Miss Tiala?
It's true that the chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about walking and went home.
It appears this cross-examination is far from over.
What?
She hid the truth from us, this is clear, yet it is not clear that the truth has anything to do with the case at hand.
I mean, to me, like, what it spells out to me is that she went to this place to sort this out, to make sure she wasn't implicated in this, and to hide the truth fully, she had to, like, get rid of, the doctor. That's what I'm guessing so far.
Very well, the witness will add this to our testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination.
I was so close. You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. Is that the new statement? That's the new statement. Okay, so there's something that changed here. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. Here's the thing. We know that someone broke into that place. And we know someone did something in there, and that thing that they did had something to do with the back of the safe. Someone fired a gun. Someone fired a gun that day. And that was you. We found a bullet that day in that safe. You said nothing happened in the doctor's office? I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. We're actually doing pretty good today. We're doing pretty good today, but that can all change. That has changed many times before. We should not be overzealous. Kind of like you, actually. Oh my god. Trucy's gonna love this. Trucy loves a good back at you joke. The bullet was found in Mercata's clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala.
Objection! Enough of this joking around. The police have investigated the clinic.
Objection! But this was stuck inside the doctor's safe.
Inside the safe. Oh, we made him swear.
We made him swear. See, we make Edward sweat. It's for other reasons. We make Clavier sweat. It's because he's on the ropes. I guess the police didn't check that far.
Objection! Damn, police. But there's a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on the day?
Oh my god, an objection back and forth. Weren't you want to explain rifling marks to us?
Maybe.
The pistol was taken from the Kitaki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet matched the murder weapon, then that proves the firearm was discharged in the office on the day of the murder.
Not bad, Air Forehead.
You keep calling me Air Forehead, and I will literally get Trucy to make you disappear, and then Mr. Hat will kidnap you.
Have this bullet analyzed immediately. I will. I'm the bailiff. Bailiff Johnny.
30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both the bullets are identical. So they're shot from the same gun.
Well, it seems as though the bullet is in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position?
The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in the office that day. And at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top secret chart.
Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe?
Only one person was in position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alita Tiala. Do you guys get that vibe that I feel like Apollo is a lot more, like, forward than Phoenix? Like, he's a lot more confident than Phoenix in a lot of ways. Or at least as Phoenix was back then.
Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness?
I think at this stage, maybe a little bit. I think maybe a tiny bit. What do you guys think? I think that at this stage, I'm accusing the witness because I feel like at this point, it's the only other option we have to say who killed him instead of our boy Waki. Excuse me. Alita Tiala knew about Walkie-Talkie's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him and then the bullet finally reached its destination?
What? That reminds me. Apparently, the Kitakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money, if you will. Nefarious. So she planned to marry him just to get their hands on the fortune?
Oh, who objected? Oh, it's Walkie! Walkie, don't do this, my buddy. You keep talking trash about my Alita. He's so in love. This dude, right? This dude is the type of guy that if his girlfriend came to him tomorrow and said, honey, I'm sorry that I cheated on you. I'm sorry that I cheated on you. He would be like, oh, girl, you know, I'm sure there's some explanation. I'm sure there's some explanation. He's also the type of guy that because there's head over heels in love guys that you talk to when they're talking about girls that'll be like I've talked to friends before that are head over heels for girls. I've talked to them before and been like, hey, they've been on going on holidays for 2 weeks with the boys, and you're like, okay, well, you're gonna miss this person, and they go like, no, and you're like, yeah, you are, and they smile a little bit, and you're like, yeah, I am. You know, that type of guy who tries to save face sometimes. But he's the type of boy that was in front of all the other gangsters, and he's like, sorry guys, I gotta get home. Alita has a headache and stuff, and she wants me to get her some food. You know, he seems like that type of guy. Do you get that vibe from him? And I'll sue you, lawyer man. I'm defending you. Huh, me? Yeah, you said you abused my. No, I did not say that. I think you mean accuse. Yeah, please don't get those mixed up. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot that doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him die too. There in that park. Walkie. Just cool down a second. You keep your hands off my Alita, or I'll... T? T? He? Oh no, she's a T here. Oh no, she's a T here. T here's are the most evil of all. Miss Tiala? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. No, don't laugh, Walkie. Something funny? Walkie. Wake up and smell reality. Alita, baby? Oh, don't do this. The signature on the chart, the engagement. I mean, come on. It's so obvious. Even for a brainless spoiled brat such as yourself. Don't do this to poor Walkie. Do not do this to poor Walkie. Your honesty is like a breath of foul air. That's a really, really good way of putting it. Hey, I wasn't getting out this clean anyway. So the family fortune is what you're really after. That's right. I wanted the money. Oh, she's admitting it. This is rather dangerous. No way, that's whack. I ain't trying to hear that. Oh, poor Walkie. Don't do this to Walkie. I mean, if she's gonna do it, I guess the love I sensed was all the power of Walkie's love. Shouldn't have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Oh, I feel for Walkie in this so much because he clearly cares about this girl, but he's been so betrayed. Like, this is such a betrayal. Like, this is like stuff that will stick with you forever. Like, it's done. His mental psyche and his trusting abilities, I hope, are not gone forever, but for a long while they're gonna be gone. Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse? Oh, what crime, might I ask? Huh? I love this. This is my favorite one when he's pointing to his head. He's so cute. Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money. That's what I always say to, like, whenever I want something on, you know, when I'm on the, like, a customer helpline. I'm a bad boy. Oh, no, I do not. I do not. I actually told the story yesterday how I wrote Callie Wally as my name on Twitter and talked to a customer support thing on Twitter. And they were like, sorry to hear that, Callie Wally. And I was like, oh God, I forgot. Yeah, this is going to stick with Walkie forever. This is definitely going to stick with him. But he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired him to save after I already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... what are you talking about? Drusi? You had the most to lose if the chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol, now did I? Well, you could have taken Walkie's. You think he'd have mentioned that, no? He's trying to go to prison. We can see it from a mile away. All I heard him say was, it was me. I shot him. I cannot believe how much of a betrayal this is. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point.
What point?
Certainly the Fräulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe, but then... wouldn't she have taken the chart? That's true. That's true. That's so true. You see, that chart wouldn't have been left in that safe. It's true. Ack. Yeah, I agree. A big ack.
He's right.
Miss Tiana,
Yes?
it's clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancée.
Put her away. Lock her away. Put her in the jails. Anyone else, I'm like, it's none of my business. Doing it to Walkie, though. Oh, I'm flattered. Oh, and she loves it. She revels in it.
Perhaps it's time you told us the truth.
And in fairness, like you know, we've had a very fair share of bad boyfriends, bad husbands, good girlfriends, bad girlfriends, all in this freaking game, and they're so good at like portraying it because like I feel hurt for Walkie. I feel hurt for my boy.
Tell us about yourself, including your actions and your whereabouts on the day.
Tell us about yourself. Don't forget. What are we... We've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. What type of... Tell us about yourself is kind of crazy. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. So this is true. We know this is true. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. Can I be honest with you? I actually think that this is what's going to happen. I think we're going to find out that she tried to get it, and maybe he closed the safe right as she shot the bullet in or something like that. And she tried to type it in, but then the police that were called or something because, I don't know. So I'm going wild with theories here, but in any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you? I don't think we have anything definitive. I don't think we have anything definitive at all. Now, there is a red stain on this core. That's going to come back up at some point. And that brat spotted in the park the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
You went back later?
That shot was dangerous, you understand? I need to get rid of it. That's how I went that day.
But you couldn't get the chart then, could you?
And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting when I waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place.
Ah, that was you? So that's why... So she typed in 2 numbers and then left. She was like, okay, I gotta go. That's where that's the angle we have to use. That's the angle we have to use in this. That sign came from behind this door. Someone's in there. A break-in. They left through that window. Yes, they definitely did this. So you were the burglar.
That was you two? I've only had one more minute.
The thing is, though, like, one of the things that's kind of crazy about this is that they're both pretty, like, damning evidence towards Walkie and her at this stage. Obviously, Walkie is a bit more of a damning evidence because he was there at the scene of the crime. But Alita, like, you know, going back after the murder happened, because here's the thing. Would she even be still in trouble? No, she would, because it would come out in the case eventually. But they didn't even find it. Walkie would have just gone to prison. She couldn't have known that, though.
Then I could have opened the safe and gotten the chart.
What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that.
Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know.
What? We haven't even seen Walkie since this revelation.
In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination.
Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh? This is like such a common thing that happens quite a bit. Like if you ever talk to someone, you're like, did you talk this shit about me? Did you say this to some? I'm using fake names. Did you talk to Belinda and say that I was a pencil breaker? I broke pencils, and she's no. I said that you loved like you had a weird collection of pencils, but I didn't say you broke pencils. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, admit to the one part of it, so it sounds like you're telling the truth. There's actually a thing with professional wrestling that's like an old tactic with to make people believe what you're saying. It doesn't work nowadays because no one believes wrestling's real. But you basically tell them 5 things that you know are true, and then tell them one lie, and then they think the lie is true, so it makes them believe so. So it's just like saying like, I won't say 5 things, but saying like, the world is full of bad people, and then you go, it's true that taxes are really high right now in America. And then the third thing you say is, and I hate Hangman Adam Page. And what that says to the people watching is like, well, the other things he said were completely true. Why would he be lying about this part? You know? If that, yeah, that's probably a bad example, but. So yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. We're gonna press a few things in here. I wanted the chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. Let's press this a little bit. Get a bit more info. Later, when I heard what happened, well, I was too scared to do anything that day. So I waited until the day after, the 16th, what was it? Of course, you and that meddling kid had to get in my way.
But why didn't Dr. Maractus keep the chart around? It was clearly dangerous for him. He couldn't have burned it.
Because he was a coward. The chart was his insurance.
Insurance?
My signature was on the chart to be more specific. That made sure I couldn't betray him.
That's pretty smart, though. It's pretty smart.
In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof that I stole the pistol, do you?
We do not.
And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime.
That is true.
Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not.
But, like, I think it does. I think it very much does.
The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems.
Let's review the facts again, shall we? So this is important, yeah, because it definitely, like, that saying that, like, a vital piece of evidence that was a big deal in, like, almost getting Walkie off free is a big deal. Like, it changed the whole perception of that. Like, it helped us find Trucy's panty stealer as well. If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. On the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. He was not. The witness was not standing there, though. Was he? Or no? Did they turn it around? Wasn't the witness standing the other way? Objection! He was standing the other way. We already established this. But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Yeah, he was standing the other place. What are you on about? Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet could hit him right in the temple. Silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Yeah. Like, my breakfasts are all very similar. I don't know why I never get that. People are like, you remember what you had for breakfast? You must be like, are you guys the same as me? Like, a lot of my breakfasts are the same, so I can tell you which days I had what, like. Are you guys the same as me? Like my breakfast variations are literally like beans on toast, toast, like a bowl like Shreddies cereal, or like sausages. Like, that's it. And there's no variation. It's not like, oh, I had a lobster pancake with extra cheese. Like, it's like it's all the same. Like, maybe I'm just weird, but like, I feel like breakfast is like something that's like everyone like knows what they would have. Do you remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. Girl dinner. That's the definition of girl breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in the right temple. Is that what girl... Because I always hear that people do it when they talk about girl dinner and stuff like that. Like, I had an olive and a glass of water. Is that what the meme is? If there's girls out there, explain the meme. If there's girls out there, that's terrible. I know there's girls who watch this. Like, actually, you have a very high percentage of girls in our in the audience. It's like, for a Let's Play channel, it's actually very, very high, and I'm very, very happy about that. It's very cool. Yeah. The panties guy was mistaken. Objection! And that sounds like I'm being like, actually, girls don't watch Let's Play channels. It's just that some, like, channels will show their analytics, and it's always like 20% is women. And my one is like much higher. at like 40 something, which is, you know, like, and it's literally just because like, and I think a lot of it has to do with like societal norms. Oh, I nearly dropped dropped I'm not, sorry for the, I think there's a lot of societal norms. Like for a long time, it was like girls don't play Gears of War, you know what I mean? But I think it's all like changed a lot. Like my sister knows more about superhero movies now than I do, because like, why not? Like we're all just people. You can't write that off as him being mistaken.
Objection!
Then why don't you show us Air Forehead? I will literally kill you. Show you? What? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. If the witness panties guy was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim? Oh wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? I'm really laid out the facts for us. Exactly. So that means someone else must have shot him. That means someone else must have shot him. It's up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. Oh my god. We found a footprint right beside the noodle stand. Walkie-talkie was standing at the killer mark. Wesley Slickler at the witness mark. And of course, Palmer Actus was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shot the victim? Someplace else. He was standing at... They were standing there when we found one footprint at the noodle stand. As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point. But I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place.
Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from?
Objection!
Oh, you're objecting? No, you can't object. No, it's time to raise the roof and to the stakes. That's not how objection works. At least Von Karma had a whip. Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Okay, buddy. You do you. Like so.
Double penalty?
Air Forward wishes to take us in a new direction? Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Okay, I'll do it. I know the answer anyway, so... Challenge accepted. It's just this time. Are you sure, Apollo? I know the answer to this. I know it. The key is the witness to Mr. Seckler's testimony. If we believe that and we know where he stood, and the victim turned out to be turned when he shouted, there's only one place that the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. Around here. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alida Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. Because I think that she stepped out of the noodle van, and that's why there's one footprint there, and then she left the shoes there. She took off the shoes. So maybe she shot from the noodle van. And this time we were prepared. We know that Wesley Slickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Slickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. I love when they do this, it's so cool. He shouted just as he told us in his testimony. Huh? And the victim turned to look in his direction, and a shot was fired. The victim was hit right in the right temple. Oh no! Oh yes! Get him, get him. Which direction was his right temple facing at the moment? That's right, towards the noodle stand. That's why there's one footprint. She stepped out of the noodle stand.
Order, order. So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand?
Objection!
Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wheeling his own murder in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. A lot of this whole case has been ridiculous. I think you noticed if you were pulling someone along.
Objection!
There's something we should worry about that before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place?
Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the sand. We have not come this far to talk about the possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in the stand.
Can I prove that? You want evidence that someone was in the stand? Well, too bad. What's well, too bad is so funny. Well, too bad is like, hey, like, well, too bad you're not getting it, but we got it. I think we got it. Like, we're talking about the print, right?
Intriguing, let's see what you've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand.
The shandles or the slippers? Which one we think? Well, the slippers were the ones at the crime scene. Yeah, the slippers are at the crime scene. That's why, oh my god. Maractus Clinic, and they were covered with paint. These slippers were found in the trash can near the crime scene. What if he carried her there in the noodle stand, and they gave her slippers so her shoes wouldn't be all muddy, and the plan was to kill Walkie at the time. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. But why is it only one? Why is it only one? Like, it's only one print, isn't it? And then the other one has a leaf on it. So maybe it's the leaf print? Maybe, oh, it stood on the leaf, maybe. Oh, and Miss Ciala, your toe print was found in the left slipper.
Get him. Get her. Get her. Get her. Get her.
In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand. Oh, and look, she's reacting as well. She's reacting. Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene.
Can this be called a footprint in good faith?
Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path.
Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah?
Why not?
You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground?
Get him, get him. That's just dumb. That's my defense too. You're silly.
One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of a noodle-making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Could someone have hidden in that stand?
Apollo, I think it might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make room in the stand, some things would have to be... Oh my god, you're a genius! Oh, Trucy! Trucy's so freaking smart. Trucy legit just said, hey, here's how we're doing this. She's talking about this. The bowl that was found at the scene. We found a bowl in the clinic. And we found a bowl on the ground as well. So maybe a bowl is what was used. She said you have to make room. That's why all the bowls were out of here. Remember there was a bunch of bowls in the clinic too? Trucy MVP.
Do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand?
I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear the space in the stand. Trucy! This is a noodle bowl from the stolen elder noodle stand.
Yes, and what about it?
We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday. In the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. Oh, you had a plan that backfired here, girl, didn't you?
A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic?
Mr. Eldon was very clear about those bowls. Well, Trucy has a glass of milk for breakfast. That's adorable. Well, I don't care who did it.
That stand, without the stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too.
Yet the bowls were removed. That night there was space in the noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic. No less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Ciala. Stop! We're witnessing a little more of a breakdown. I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. Trucy, by the way, we're gonna have to get her like a glass of milk after this or something. Like banana milk or something real tasty. Something really nice. Do you think we're coming into the end of the case? The only thing I can like, because I'm wondering, like, I always want, because like, I don't like ending episodes. We're not ending the episode yet, but I don't like ending episodes like if we're like so close to the end of the case. The only piece of evidence we haven't used yet, right, is like the lamp, right? That's the only thing we haven't used yet. So I'm wondering if it is close to the end of the case. If we are, like, we'll keep playing until we like end the case, because no point ending the episode and then coming back.
No, not fantasies. Their worst lies and spoiled brats pickup lines.
Do not talk about Walkie's pickup lines. But Walkie would lie down on a puddle for you to walk over him. He would do that for you. I would like to ride with. I want to say, just because a guy is nice to you doesn't mean you have to be nice to them back. But also, I think there is a that's the truth, by the way. Just remember, you don't have to be nice to anyone just because they're nice to you. Or you don't, that's not what I'm saying. You can be nice to them back, but I'm saying you don't have to reciprocate love just because a guy or a girl or any person is nice to you. What I'm saying is that she is like, she can think the lines are cheesy for sure, but she is being cruel to the point of to a person that like has just been so nice to her. And like faking being in love with someone is also a big deal too. You know what I mean? And you could say, well, maybe she was afraid. I don't think it's about fear. I think it is she was looking for something. I do think so. This court does not consider you entirely innocent.
Show me an innocent and I'll show you a
Fairy tale. That's actually sick line. Oh my god. Oh, Alita, you would do so well. You would do so well on like 2012 YouTube. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The winners had both motive and opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus.
More fairy tales. This whole trial is a fairy tale.
Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself.
This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand that night? And what was Alita Tiala doing inside?
He said this is it, so I'm guessing this is the last one. Time to get to the bottom of this case. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Tiala's explanation.
That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into Kitaki family's hands.
Yes, we know this is true.
But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Kitaki family had sent me.
I could totally see that, right? I could totally see that.
So I gave up and went home. And all I did was talk to him. We know this isn't true. We know. Come on, girl. We know this isn't true. You knew about the botched operation. So you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself? I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance.
The good doctor? He's a surgeon.
I told him that brat got his health checkup report. And that he was coming to settle the score.
I see. Very well, Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony.
Either I perceive the truth or it's over, so it's perceiving. It's a perceived thing. They give you so many hints, and you know what? Grateful. I'm grateful. So let's see. It's not this one. Wait, it's not. Wait, it's all of them you can perceive on. That night I went to. Okay, let's look for any twitches. The ring twitch. The ring twitch. So it could be the first one. Let's see the first one. No, she's confident in that. She's confident in that. So not the third one either, because she's gonna put her hand on her chest. For some reason, okay. Not in this one either. Unless there's different twitches? Because she wasn't playing with a ring that time. Hold on a second. I'm trying to watch her actions here. So the only one that we're like, okay, then if I can't perceive it, we're gonna have to go on the one that sounds like a lie. I can't perceive the twitch. This one's true. We agree with this. We agree with this as well. But is there any? I can't see anything here. And for some reason, he thought the Kitaki family was, and we also thought this was reasonable. This is the one we know is a butt-faced lie. We know this is a butt-faced lie at this point. Can we try and perceive this, maybe? And see? Like, if we get it wrong, we get it wrong. Okay. This is the one, this is the only one that's a lie. So I gave up. I went home. What's she doing? Here again. It's not anything to do with her face, I'm wondering.
Could I have seen that? Did I just miss that when I was looking at it? She's playing with her scarf. She's like doing a little like a little tickle of her scarf. Little tickle wickle. Is that right? Yeah. I think so. All I did was talk and lie.
Apollo's getting that from Trucy.
Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in confidence and they give it all away. Give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him. You claim. Yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. I don't think this is like... By the way, this is just for this game. Just like the Cyclops can't be used in court. It's just a way to catch them off guard, I think. Because you couldn't use this in actual court, obviously. But like we said, it's not one-to-one. You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? This is working better than I hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth. It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck.
Yep.
Oh no. She can't keep her hands off her neck. We know that with the last piece of evidence that we're going to be using now for sure because it's the last piece of evidence. There's a stain of blood on the cord. Did he choke her?
That's horrific if he did. I know, like, at this point it could be seen as self-defense, but that's horrific.
It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something happened between you and the victim in the Marctus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is.
What's that? I think you know what it is. I don't want anyone getting choked, you know what I mean? But like still, it's like... We're gonna have to figure out what happened from here then. You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken, and there's a red splotch on the cord. Yeah, like that's so weird, like he choked her? Ah. Seeing how I hide your neck? I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spit it out. This is talking in circles. Nonsense is killing me. Well, very well. The answer is very simple. Miss Alita Tiala, please remove your scarf. Can we probably, like, what I would do is, like, I understand, like, it's for the court case. I know we can't do that. I'm stupid. I was going to say maybe ask her to do it in, like, a separate room or something, but you have to, like, show the evidence, don't you?
Yeah, there it is. The feathers.
Like she's, I think it is like the perceived thing where like he perceived her as an angel. Yeah, I think it's done.
Yeah, I think she's about to have her breakdown.
Objection! You're objecting? This is trying to determine what happened in the park. You seem to have drifted off the target. This is going to help though.
Here's the issue. Y'all do this all the time to try and put me off, and it's actually very smart. The police officer tried to do it too, where it's like, how does that relate to this? Other situations can relate to other situations. It's hilarious, right?
Objection! We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane. I'm an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothing.
Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what already been proven.
What?
You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf.
No! I can understand where it can be a bit traumatizing, you know what I mean, to do that, but... So I was right, wasn't I? Miss Alita Tiala?
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. And I know that she did try to kill him, right? I'm not trying to sit here and be like, oh, that didn't happen. And I'm not trying to excuse her actions or anything like that. I just don't like seeing that, you know what I mean? It's really... That isn't what I think it is. He wrapped around tight. Something did happen that night in the Maractus clinic. You need to get that chart back no matter what it took. Even if you had to steal your fiancé's pistol to do it.
But wait. Looking at that lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened.
Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness specifically. You tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. Yeah. Like, again, it is a form of, like, it is like self-defense, but I feel like sometimes it's like, man, if you have her overpowered at that stage, get the wire off the neck. You know what I mean? That's what happened that night in Maractus clinic. Again, I know it's like people are gonna, someone might say, well, Calvin, like, he was trying to kill her. She was trying to kill him. And, like, 100%, I totally understand that. It's just hard to see that type of mark on someone's neck, right? Oh, here we go. The feathers. It has to be the perceived angel angle. There's a lot of feathers, though. She's so small as well, you know? She's so small, even when it heals.
Order, order, order. Will someone please tell me what really happened?
I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus.
Great illustration.
That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me.
So you can save your own skin?
What?
I know what you're up to. You want in with that family. Now if they see the chart, you're finished.
Leaving me holding the short straw.
Leave me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I want some company. You.
And what happened next? He jumped at me and knocked me into the floor. Then he took that cord.
Oh my god.
He was serious. He was serious, deadly serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out.
That's horrible. You okay, Trizzy?
So, you were the victim.
And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick.
I didn't want to remember that.
Oh, it wasn't blood, it was a lipstick. Okay.
That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now?
I'm not happy about any of this. There's nothing happy about this.
I was out cold, almost killed, and you claim I then snuck into that noodle stand. But how could I?
Well, one thing is clear. We know what really happened in the Maractus clinic, and it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself.
I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe.
I mean, like, regardless of, like, you know, and I've done this before and I've gotten criticism for it before, you know, I'm going to do a little sympathizing, okay? And say trauma is trauma, and she's definitely feeling that trauma of getting strangled regardless. Like, that's just going to happen. I'll take the flack. I'll take the flack sometimes, you know what I mean? Not everyone does the flack, but, like, every once in a while I get a little bit of flack for doing this bit of sympathizing with the killer.
I've told you everything. Can I go home now?
You bear some responsibility for the events that day, true. Yet if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala.
When did this happen? Suddenly everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala?
Very well, let's finish the cross-examination.
So, wait. Hold on a second. Is this it?
Objection!
Oh my god. God. That is hilarious as soon as he said this.
Not so fast, this party's not just getting started. Now we rock.
What?
Those spikes on your head are softer than they look. Or do you have the stomach to go all the way? Prosecutor Gavin! Poor Maractus choked Alita Tiala.
Oh, it's so hard to look at. She fell unconscious.
But what happened next?
Oh my god. He put her in the thing.
Because he was going to get rid of the body. There's more we don't know, but she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while.
Yeah, no, that's air gone from your head.
Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala half dead, Dr. Marcus pulling that stand, and a bullet fired from the inside of the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin.
Me? Fräulein, I only wish to know the truth.
Well, let's go back over what we've learned up till now. On the day of the murder, Waki saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside of him. So he took a pistol from the family sash, with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Tiala heard about this from Waki, so she went to Maractus' clinic ahead of him,
In order to get rid of the chart with her signature.
but then something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out. But remember, I was a victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus?
That does seem to be a problem. He just strangled Alita Tiala, perhaps he thought to death.
Yes, I think hiding the body is what we're getting from here. I think it's hiding the body. Oh, the music. What did you have to cry? Box 16.
I was just knocked out, not dead.
From the state of his clinic and the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, Forehead, care to guess?
Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do?
Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Do you have evidence to show what he did next?
I think we say that he put her in the noodle stand, right? I feel like that's the only thing we have.
As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Aldun's noodle stand, to get rid of her. What killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand, he was gonna hide your body, girl.
This is actually, like, crazy, though.
It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic foyer? Bowls that belonged inside that stand. I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? That stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place?
Yeah. But Trucy, you're on the right track.
Wait, you don't mean?
I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala. My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he killed you.
His next move would be to dispose of the body.
That's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Then let's think about it logically. The doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there,
who should run into with the defendant with his blade, walkie-talkie, the most beautiful boy in the world?
I question your logic. What's this, Prosecutor Gavin? The prank is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with?
That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal a stand. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What?
Apparently the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand.
Here, please show us on this diagram. To where exactly was the victim dragging that stand? So we're looking for where he could, he's going to some place where he can get rid of the body. That's what we're thinking of. And there's 2 places on the map I can think of right now. Only 2 places. If you're bringing them out in public, not in daylight, in public. This place here, by the way, does not work. We've seen this place. It looks like that's what they're trying to do a diversion of. Like, you might pick this place. It doesn't work. You'd have to dig all night. But what he could do is something that is very common. Is the river. That's a river, right? It's not like a road. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's where, like, again, I didn't even think of this at the start, but like, down there's a river in the frame. It definitely makes sense.
That's a river.
Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why.
A perfect place to dispose of a body.
He was going to throw me in that river, yeah.
You didn't have many other options, Freyline.
Honestly, at this point, it's kind of like, you deserve to go to jail for, you know, what you're doing to Walkie. Maractus, like, you know, deserved to go to jail for what he did to you. Honestly, it's all a big, you know, it's two people who were very bad hurting each other. Not that I agree with the methods, to be honest. I believe this clears up all the remaining questions. The victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Ciala. So would that be considered, though, like self-defense at that point? If, like, if someone kidnaps you and is bringing you someplace and has strangled you at that point, shooting them afterwards doesn't seem like... At that point, it's like, I don't think they would... You wouldn't get in much trouble, right? And then, the denouement. Denouement? Wesley Slicker of the panty-snatching fame walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts. In that instant... Would you go to prison for that still? Like, you probably would. I don't know. Let's test it out. We're gonna do a video on Friday, Mr. Beast style. Will I go to prison if I shoot my kidnapper? So I shot him. The thing is, as well, though, like, it wasn't a kidnapping. It was a kidnapping technically, but he thought it was a transferring of a body. I will say this as well. I don't mean to make a joke about it because, like, that actually is like a fear of a lot of people. It's a fear of mine. Like, that's a terrifying fear. The idea of someone, like, you know, kidnapping or whatever. And regardless of whether she was going to shoot or not, she must have been terrified like crazy. You know what I mean? And again, I don't mind conversing with people about this in the comment section below. About like there's no, to me it's not about like, oh, I'm excusing anything she did, like, at all. She's bad. This is a bad person right here. This is such a bad person at all. I just don't like seeing the strangle marks, that's all. And I don't like seeing someone getting like kidnapped either. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? If it doesn't make sense to you guys, we can literally have a conversation about it. I love the Ace Attorney audience because you guys are always thinking, oh, I can't believe that happened kind of brain. And I like that too. I'm like that too. And you were the only one who could have stolen Walkie's pistol. It had to be you.
Well, Miss Ciala?
Huh. Nice work. Oh my god, complimenting us. That's how you know she's straight up evil, though. Like, when she gets caught saying nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job dreaming up a story. Oh god, oh no. You're caught. You're caught. To get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Get her, Trucy. Trucy, get her. Trucy, get her. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. If you're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand through the park? This sounds like a Twitter argument that she's having with someone right now, I think. I actually love Trucy, man. She's like, she's literally saved the case for us several times today. Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows where I speak of. Where of what? I can't believe she's still trying to deny this.
Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out Air Forehead's errors?
Come on then. Come on then. Come on then. Come on then. Maybe this really is something.
I believe the Freulein speaks of Air Doctor's car. Yeah?
His car? That's right. The Maractus Clinic had that big garage.
In which sat a green sports car, was it?
Why would he steal the stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used the car.
And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal the stand, and our defense without a case.
Or, I'm Trucy. Okay, I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. It hit Phoenix, though.
What an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong.
Huh?
Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy.
Daddy? That's right. That night, the car hit Mr. Wright. It's the green sports car.
I guess I nearly forgotten about it.
Afterwards, he drove it back to the garage. It ran fine. I think I know what Trucy's referring to. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car,
A glaring contradiction to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. Oh god. Wait, are we... No, we're not. I think we're gonna lose there for a second. She's so short even with heels, man. That's crazy.
Order, order, order. Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus use his car to carry the body?
Is that grown a surrender right here? Trucy, help us out as well, because I want to confirm it. Please say some more stuff, Trucy. Some advice. Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days.
Everything I learned?
Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case.
Didn't we have a conversation with a character early in this game when he was talking about... Because remember he was talking about how... Was it Phoenix who was saying it? That, like... Something was stuck in an exhaust pipe and it didn't run. Oh, no. It was him. It was this man here who said that his bike wouldn't run because something was stuck in the exhaust pipe. It was, Prosecutor Gavin. So were we talking about... And there was underwear stuck in the exhaust pipe of the sports car.
If this is truly your last chance, defense will explain to us what happened that night.
So, like, the car didn't run, right? And we gotta... It's all coming together. We have to present Trucy's panties again.
Man, that red looks so good on you.
That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Ha, now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put one and one together and that explanation is simple.
And for so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence? Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night.
Simple. Actually simple. And you know what they said? This game is so good. It's like so good at feeding you information. Prosecutor Gavin goes, hey, think of what you learned over the past 2 days. And he talked to us about his bike being with the exhaust being stuck up it, like something being stuck up the exhaust and then not running.
Let's see. Panties again!
I know.
All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even justice.
Even the truth. I think it's maybe bad that me and Trucy have such a like-minded soul. Maybe.
Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties, the latest in a string of similar thefts, actually. But that night, the snatcher was caught in the act. The brave young girl chased the thief until he hid. In the Maractus Clinic garage. What? That snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them?
Why weren't they found in the car's exhaust, Bible?
Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. Yes, we did. So you're here investigating?
And I was on my way home when a hog gave up the ghost.
Your hog?
Motorcycle won't start, a clogged exhaust pipe.
Too bad, it looks like such a nice bike too. Hard to believe that it could break you just from that.
Cars, motorbikes are all the same. Look at that. This game is so good. Close the exhaust and they won't run.
My, how interesting. While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the panty snatcher stuck into the Maractus Clinic garage. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing you could think of. Well, Miss Tiala, this wraps your doubts up nicely, quite nicely, I think. So it does.
There we go.
Where am I? So dark, I can't see. Cramped. The pain. My throat is burning.
What's your problem?
You, Doc. I know what you did. Walkie? I feel for Walkie so much. You lied to me, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you the taste of your medicine, man.
Wait, let me explain.
Fine, I'll give you your last request. Listen, you're being tricked, but now it's not how you think. Oh, she did it just to cover it up as well. It's not just me. No, he'll ruin everything. Look at this drawing. I have to stop him. Ceases.
Everything is in slow motion almost. Everyone's holding their breath. We know the truth now. She seemed like the sweetest sweetheart when she first arrived.
Funny, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out.
Not at all, was it?
Oh well, too bad.
Play the music. Oh, not yet? Okay, there's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand?
In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running.
I believe you heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police.
Which is when I made my escape.
Which is when you left that slipper print?
Dr. Marcus didn't bother taking off my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though.
That was your mistake.
No, my biggest mistake
Was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice.
I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Walkie declared guilty, it was you.
She thought we were gonna lose. Play the music. There we go. I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alita Tiala doing? She confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. By the way, that's now how I kind of like Clavier Gavin, because he believes in the truth more than he believes in winning, which is always good. It kind of Edward was like that too. Not at first, but eventually he was.
Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He figured out she was the killer a while ago.
Yes, for sure. He started questioning her like so quickly. Some advice. Now's a good time to review all that you know. Yes. Yeah. Before this even, he was questioning her though. Before this.
He lost, but I didn't exactly win either.
Something the matter, Forehead? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict.
Yeah, really? Beautiful.
Oh, look at that. He puts his hand in his back pocket. That's cute. And the dog in the back. Very happy we got Walkie off. Court is adjourned. Very happy about that. I get Walkie off whenever he wants. June 17, 4:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Great job, Apollo. You did it.
Yeah, we did it somehow.
Walkie's off the hook. For you to become the gangster you always wanted to be.
Yeah, but we hope that he maybe, like, listens to his dad a bit more. Maybe finds a happy medium.
And he has you to thank. Hey, attorney man. You're gonna pay for what you did to my Alita Holmes. Oh, no, buddy. This is what I'm talking about. This...
If she came home and literally stabbed him in the arm,
he'd be like, oh, you getting your anger out, honey? Want to stab the other arm? Or to blame, I guess. You get my Alita back. Oh, my poor boy. Stupid pointy-head attorney with a death wish.
Oh, that's his dad, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Kataki.
It's high time you opened your eyes, Walkie.
What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you opened yours. Giving up the life trying to become some kind of businessman?
Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie.
I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out.
If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending?
Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Walkie. Oh, Walkie, Apollo has something to tell you. I do?
Way to put me on the spot. That's Trucy's nature.
Why is that? Show him the reason why, Apollo.
Why is Mr. Kataki trying to become a businessman? Why is he... Which one of these is... Is it the checkup? Is that what we're looking at here? This? Think about it, Walkie. Think about your condition. Oh, it was for him. Hit the mic with my knee. Yes, I was doing a contortionist act on the chair. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday.
It pays, but we need a lot of money right now.
Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean...
You want really...
Oh my god, look at this boy.
Are you...
I searched the globe and I found one. A doctor can take that bullet out of you, Walkie.
But it's an expensive procedure. Oh, he's such a good dad. Oh, you're so beautiful, Walkie. Just beat it.
Man, but you got plenty of money already, don't you?
I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Walkie.
Oh my god, he's stopping the gangster life because Walkie was the one who got shot.
I want to help you and I want you to do it clean.
Those were eyebrows? I thought they were like eyeshadow.
Please understand, Walkie.
Dad. Both of you are beautiful. Oh, don't be upset. Oh. Man, I see how it is, old man. Always you looking out for Walkie. Listen, good old man, one day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see you as the OG. You try to hide in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid old geezer.
He understands. He just needs time.
My, Walkie.
No, it says it should be.
Mr. Kataki, I liked him more with the puppy dog eyes.
I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you.
Who, me? I don't think...
Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kataki lime pie.
He's opening a pie shop. That sounds awesome.
So long.
Yeah, Walkie needs some time. He needs some time, but he will understand. I can sense he'll understand.
And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo. To the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Oh, we make a good team.
Trucy, we make a great team. You are literally 80% of the team.
Don't just stand there, let's get going. Huh? Why not? She'd help me out. And there are a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. Though I can't say I care much for what her father has become. That's the thing, man. You met your hero. Oh, that's right. We have to go someplace first. Huh? Where? Why, to claim our reward from Mr. Aldoon. Ah, salty noodles. Right. He's got the stand back already? Oh, and after that, you can come see my show. For sure. I'll do it. With a special appearance by the Mr. Amazing Hat. Oh, thank you, darling. Oh, you're special, all right.
Please, anything with him. This was fantastic. That is one of my favorite trials in the history of this whole series, this whole franchise. Turnabout Corner is a top 3, it has to be. Maybe top 2. Absolutely incredible. Honestly, we're going to return to the games menu. So by the way, there's different games you can obviously play. And there's different episodes we're going to be going through. There's different game. Oh wait, there's 4 games in this? There's Dual Destinies, Spirited Jesus Christ. And then, oh no, there's 3 games. I was like, Jesus Christ. Look at this, you know? Yeah, so like the thing is like, by the way, it's not a spoiler that Phoenix Wright will be in these games. I just don't want to look at the pictures too much. I'm not going to look down at the bottom because I don't want any spoilers. I'm actually just looking as much up as I can. It's not a spoiler, by the way, because he's literally in the frame here. Like, it's literally not a spoiler. Like, it'd be very silly for that to be, like, to consider a spoiler. Guys, that was a fantastic trial. I had such a good time. I hope you guys had a good time, too, because I was actually having the best time in the world on that. I love the characters. The vibrancy of this game is so good. I think, like, I don't mind either or, really. Like, 2D or 3D, they're both good. I just think I always prefer the 2D, but we'll see how the other games go as well when we eventually get around to them. And the thing is, like, I think I found a groove on this channel as it comes to, like, the 2 games I like to play at most times. It's like I like to play a very story-based, story-heavy game as the Let's Play game. Sometimes we make an exception, like Pokemon was played as well, but like I love the kind of story-based games, you know what I mean, like this, that we play on the Let's Play, so there's something to follow every single day. And in fairness, Pokemon is a story-based game as well that had a big story. And then on the other side, we like to play the Genshin because it's like a very open world game. It does have a heavy story, but like a lot of times we can do exploration as well. I think that's like what like I like to focus the channel on. I think the Let's Play is always good to have like an ongoing story constantly, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching this. Thank you so much to the patrons that are keeping this series going, keeping this entire franchise going, and keeping me going. Typhara 2, JB Bull, Janet the Banana, Normal Kara, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, George Candelaria, Eskun, Yuld, Radish, Fruity, Orange Bang, Summer Races, Death Trap, Anusta, Ciabatta Bread, and Malcolm Kunde. If you want to get a little hint into plans I have for Let's Plays, of course, that's always going to be a thing you can do on the Patreon as well. I know people are probably like, oh, he doesn't need to plug this. You can leave now and you don't have to listen to the plug. You never have to listen to the plug. It's just something I do every once in a while, every few episodes, especially when we finish a chapter in something or whatever.
Baby gangster?
It's €5 for the behind the scenes, but not only that, you get to do Roma Reacts, you get to do other stuff as well on the thing, suggest games once a month and do it in suggest games chat as well. You can do that too. You will also get at €3 you can do the Roma Reacts, and you can also suggest games. At €10 you have your name in every single video, no matter what. And at €15 you get your name called out. You also get to be involved in a community video, which will be next week. This question I asked this month was, what is your favorite video game? And people are going to be answering that for next Wednesday. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you to the watchers. Thank you to the silent watchers. Thank you to the commenters. Thank you to people that like. Thank you to everyone. I'll see you guys for the next one.